Guardian home inspection, performing sewer line inspection for 14027 Canby Avenue, Northridge, California 91326. Square footage on the property is 1565, built in 1957. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. The property faces east, but the property does have an alley. I'm going through a 3-inch ABS clean out located on the roof, or a vent, I'm sorry. And so we're going to try to figure out if this line goes to the alley and or to the front of the property. When I go through a vent stack, it might be difficult to push this camera. So it was a 3-inch transite pipe. So now we have cast iron here. I say visible corrosion for the cast iron, especially when the property's built in 1957, you're going to have visible corrosion. So right now we're going to have to try to turn this camera to get to where I need to go. There you go. Alright, so I have the bathtub turned on. I'm going to zero out my counter for feet traveled. So here, like I said, it is cast iron. You do have some wear, moderate corrosion, age-related. You can get a plumber in here to kind of descale this if you wanted to. It would charge you, a few $100 to descale it. But the sewer line is nearing the end of its service life just because of the age of the property. There's some, could be cobwebs, and then so having the water turned on helps me push this sewer camera, so that's why I have the water turned on. Once I reach my destination, which would be the sewer city connection or the city saddle, I can turn the water off and come back dry, and that way I could see the entirety of the pipe. But from what I see, it's cast iron, and eventually it might turn into clay, but we'll see what it does here. And at this point I still don't know which way it's traveling. I'm going to take my locator and try to locate this. So the slope of the camera, I do have that capability. It will detect slope, so it's -9 degrees on the left hand corner, which is good. And then you see the water sloping away from me, so that means it has okay slope. See, some of these corners can be tough, but I'm still looking pretty good. Hopefully I can get as far as I can. So I'm at 40 feet right now. Alright, so here it appears to be ABS, which is a good sign, because when the property's built, they didn't have ABS. So this is telling me that they might have replaced this sewer line. So that's ABS there. See, now my camera is underwater. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's a blockage. There's a little bit of water collecting. Just in that little section, there might have been a little sag there. We'll see. It's looking good so far. It's a good sign. But I still recommend a clean out located at the front or the rear, depending on which way the sewer line goes. Tougher to push. Yes? Okay, yeah. I thought the pool guy, because I wasn't an inspector, should I look at it or? Yeah? Oh, the electrical. Yeah, okay, I can look at it. Yeah, okay. Definitely, huh? Okay. I was able to visualize the underneath the property foundation sewer, and I found a clean out as I was tracing the line. So the sewer line goes to the front street, not to the rear yard, and I marked it. It's on the sidewalk there. Put a little line there. So now I'm just going to trace this back, and it does have a clean out in the front, so I'll go use that to get to the city connection. As it stands right now, I'm just going to retract my camera and visualize the pipe. Looks good. So this sewer line appears to be replaced, and they just replaced the whole line, so that's a good sign. That's great. And I'm just retracting. This is all ABS here. There's one of the joints. So they must have dug this out, because to replace ABS, you got to dig it out. This is not lined, so they basically dug a big trench and replaced this line, which is a good thing. So the good thing is that I was able to see underneath your property, as well as going to trace your main sewer from the house. See, now that's where it starts to be cast iron, which this cast iron is worn. It's not new, as I was telling you. It might need to be descaled. It's up to you. It's one of those things that the sewer line is nearing the end of its service life just because of the age, you know. So, but it looks okay. On these sewer camera inspections, I cannot detect if it's leaking. I don't see any cracks though. That's a good sign. To see how I'm going back dry, just visualizing this whole entire sewer line. Feet. Now I'm going to be vertical in a second. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to be vertical here. Here you go, same property on the roof. All right, I'm going through a clean out located at the front, so I did find it there. I should have just used that, but the good thing is I was able to see the main sewer line underneath the house. If I would have just used this clean out, it would have just taken me out to the front. So, you know, it's extra, but it is what it is. So now I have to turn my camera. That's the wrong way. That's towards the house. See that? There should be a band in there so it doesn't leak. That's good. Right now, let me try to turn my camera the other way. That appears to be the right way. So now I'll go take it as far as I can. This is where it had a little bit of sagging there. Water's collecting. A little sag. I don't think it's a big issue. Should drain. Let's see how far I can take this. So we already seen this area because I had scoped this from the roof vent, but I got to a turn where I couldn't push anymore, and it just made it tough. This, I should be able to push this sewer pipe, this camera, past all the turns just because it's easier. It's a shorter run. I think that was about there. Yep, see, that was that run I couldn't get to, but now I'm good. So at 60 feet from this clean out, it turns into clay. Alright, so clay is good. It's fine. Sometimes the joints get damaged. Like right there, I see a little bit of tree root intrusion. See that? See right there? 60 feet out. So that's located right at the front grassy knoll area. So it's about 8 feet deep on that. Let me turn on the water, be back. Okay, I got past that little joint. Some more tree roots. See how they're starting? They start as little hairs, and then they just get bigger. So we do have some tree roots at the beginning, at the front of the property. There's some more. This line may have been hydrojetted. "74 feet out." I'm manually pushing this, so it's a little difficult. Slowly but surely, let's see if I can get there. I'm going to turn on the water a little bit more. Be back. Alright, so I turn on the water just to help me push, because I'm getting the work out here. Some of these joints just make it difficult for it to be pushed. So I turn on all the water for all the fixtures. 93 feet out. I should be hitting sewer connection pretty soon, hopefully. Some more tree roots there, see that? Good thing it's flowing though, so you have some tree root issue. Not too much. But I tell you, this is probably the hardest sewer line I've done. This is getting to the end. And that's the city saddle. Alright, got to there. Alright, so now I will shut all the water off and come back dry. Took a picture of that. Be right back. Okay, so city saddle looks good. So you did have a few joints that had minor tree root intrusion. It's up to you if you want to, treat it with some kind of chemical to kill the roots. But see, this is all clay pipe, which look good. So 90 feet out, 98 feet out. So 100 feet out, you were at city connection, city saddle, and that looked pristine. I didn't see any issues with that. That's a good sign. So for this sewer line, it looks pretty good. I would give it a B plus, because you do have some minor tree root intrusion. They're starting off as hairs. Those could grow to be full-blown clogs. I don't know how long that would take. A little minor joint offset there, but that's minimal. So there the. Okay, let's see where the tree roots are. Over on it. See, you're getting a clear picture of the sewer line. There they are. See that? Very minimal. So I think in the future you might have to hydrojet this thing. See, there's some more there. But very minimal tree root intrusion there. So right now, I mean, you could pay a plumber to hydrojet this $1,000, but I think it's overkill just because the amount of tree roots that you see. But in the future, that might be an issue. You know, it could take 2 years before that becomes an issue, and it may not. So who's to say? There is a tree in the front of the property. That's probably that tree that's causing that. So just keep that in mind. Like I said, if you wanted to do a hydrojetting, spend $1,000, and/or you could line that pipe in that section if you like. To line that pipe, it's going to be pretty pricey, in the $7,000 range. All right, so, but at this point, like I said, it looks okay. Those are 2 options, actually 3. Do nothing, wait for it to become an issue, and it might not never become an issue. And wait 3 years, you might have to hydrojet, and if you wanted to make sure it doesn't hydrojet, you could line your pipe. So those are the 3 options you have. All right, so thank you very much.